Hello bros and welcome to Zero Profile Production and next part of Sakura Night. Maybe the last part. We'll see about that. So if we load in here, and that's the kind of a picture that usually comes close to the end. So I guess it's gonna be the last part. We see what happens. Alright everybody, I propose a toast to our newfound camaraderie. Comrades? Sorry, but that's actually a hard word to try to read. Might not be a hard word to say, but it's hard to read as fuck. Alright. Together we are the strongest of friends, our bonds are made of steel, and the small and it shall not falter, nor torn asunder. Cheers! I drink to that. Cheers! Cheers! Oh, my tank got aloft and click its rim against those of Felicia and Tarts. The three of us are all in high spirits, Felicia in particular, after the events of the day. Finally, after what feels like an age of near constant bickering, our party has managed to come together. No longer do Tart and Ruin hate one another, that hatchet has been well and truly buried, and I hope it never resurfaces. We are all in the best of friends, and we are going to put our difference beside us. When Felicia proposed that we go to the tavern and further strengthen our bonds, I couldn't bring myself to object. I'm not much of a drinker, but even I feel like celebrating. Beer isn't my favorite beverage, but it does look rather pretty. It's an amber color which slushes against the inside of my tankard, all white and fruity of the top like foam. Actually, but if I would ever drink any beer, I would think maybe honey beer or honey ale. I'm not much of a ale drinker at all. What I mostly would drink is cider and whiskey. And just because this is YouTube, they're all alcohol free. And you can take that out of context if you like. And trust me, they're definitely drinking alcohol free also. Now so YouTube actually aren't allowed to say anything about this. I can't wait to knock it back. I bring my tankard to my lips, ready to take a sip. But I note from the corner of my eye that one member of our party looks less enthused than the rest. Felicia and Tart have already begun drinking in earnest, but Rooney examining her own tankard with an evident confusion. She tips her head to one side, blinking, her tail quivering. Actually, that means that she is actually confused. I know a bit about wolf girls, but they actually got this right. Huh. SD, I'm curious. Yes, what is it? I want to know. What shears mean? That's why you're so confused. Yes, you all clink glasses, drinks, spill everywhere, terrible wet, don't understand, seems a waste. Is this human custom? I'm not sure, to be honest. This was Felicia said it, so she must know about it too. I in any case, we came here so we could celebrate. You and Tart are friends now, so we're drinking to it. Drinking makes us friends? No, not quite. Though I suppose when people get enough alcohol in their system, they can end up being pretty friendly, even to complete strangers. Yeah, but some people actually get violent or rude or so. I just get very talky. When I drink a little bit, I start to talk a lot. But it's not really uncomfortable when I talk more, because usually I don't talk as much, but when I talk a lot, people usually like it. Because that is different from how I usually am. I don't drink often, so I'm not sure what sort of drunk I'd be. Maybe I'd be the quiet, reclusive sort who gets super emotional and starts crying. As for Felicia and Todd, well, they're outgoing and optimistic at the best of times, so I bet that they'll be very, very friendly drunks. I wouldn't mind seeing how they act with a few beers in them. It'd be interesting to say the least. Though I'm slightly fearful for my life. We're drinking because we are all friends. It's something people do when good things happen. So drinking good, I see. It's in moderation, I suppose. You shouldn't drink too much, though, and you absolutely shouldn't knock back alcohol when you're under the legal age limit. That's a crime. Tailing back in the age where this Sakura is actually playing out, there actually are no age limits. At least no one that takes the age limit seriously. Drinking a crime? Well, we need to drink to live. We need to drink water to live. Alcohol is a bit different. If you have too much of it, it can make you lose your Okay, why is that word there? I don't know. I can try to read it, but it's too many eyes to actually be a word. Okay, I'm not even gonna try to read the word because I can't read it. Those are the words I usually get wrong. If you have too much of it, you can make you lose you. And the look of Rune's face is still blank. Does she not understand what in or maybe that word was too long. I'll try to explain again. Well, it can stop you. It can stop you thinking clearly. So you do and say silly things. Does that make sense? I guess. But then why feathering? She always silly already. Not need it. Haha. I guess you're right there. Felicia has already finished her first tank and she's summoning the buxom barmaid. Why are barmaids always busty anyway? Maybe it's a law of the universe for another. Okay, that was a bad place to put the inside put in. What else are they called in English? I don't remember what that's called. I know in Swedish they're called, parentheses. Parentheses is the actual marks. But I think there's some barmaids are usually hired busty just to draw in male patrons. It usually works. Her cheeks looks a bit flushed already, and her upper lip is damp and sudsy. Okay. She isn't drunk already, is she? Come on, Estelle, Rune, drink up. This is no time for talking. I concur. I'm partial to alcohol myself, and this beer is particularly good. Don't let it go to waste, or I have to swipe it from beneath your noses. No. Rune glanced at Todd with some of her former animosity. Her fingers wrapped protectively about her tankard. This is my drink. You know, Steve. We celebrate. Want to celebrate too. Then you best drink it all off like a good dear. Don't waste a single drop. I won't. I drink. I adult, so I can do it. Huh. I like the Rune's talking. Cheers. Rune picks up her own tankard and begins to drink. I watch her nonplussed as her throat commences, her face getting pinker and pinker with each cubit of alcohol. I was in high spirits when I first came into the bar, but now I'm starting to worry. Rune isn't used to drinking alcohol, is she? I bet she's even more inexperienced than I am. I hope this doesn't backfire later. Actually, wolf girls actually have a pretty high tolerance to alcohol because it burns out of their body like 10 times faster than a normal humans would actually burn up. Don't ask me how I would know that. You probably will know it eventually anyway, considering what I know. I hope it doesn't backfire later. I didn't even get to warn her about hangovers yet. The next day. Esty, I don't feel so good. The sun is bright and my head hurts, it all hurt. Why I feel so sick? That will probably be because of the alcohol. What? It hurts me? I didn't know. Why you no say? I was going to tell you, but I didn't have a chance. Tart interrupted me. That Tart. She tell me to drink, so I drink. She no warned me. I trust her. Now I'm sick. She really is a wicked woman. I no forgive. She will never. She room breaks off, wincing and presses a paw to her mouth. Her skin looks paler than per usual. Her eyes are bloodshot and her hair is a complete mess. She doesn't look good. In fact, she looks awful. I can't help but feel sorry for her. Esty. Rune blinks at me, her blue eyes big and winsome. My head pound. It aches. Can I rest it on your lap? Well, I find myself dithering. Under normal circumstances, I'd be the one to happen to lend my lap to a cute girl like Rune, but right now I have a handful of misgivings. Rune's hair only aches because she was unable to pace herself while drinking. Cruel though it sounds, she did bring this upon herself. I don't know if I should condone her actions. I don't want this to happening again. As the old saying goes, you have to be cruel to be kind. I'm not all that good at being cruel. Most people would tell me, myself included, that I'm a total pushover, but I think there's a lesson that could be learned here. I would absolutely learn rest on my lap. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Well, actually, one of my friends had never been drunk, really drunk. He never gotten so far that he actually threw up. So I took it upon myself one time and out to a bar to make sure that he actually did. Because both me and my other friend had done it at least once. So I had to kind of force it upon him. I didn't force him to drink, but I did manage to get him to drink too much anyway. Maybe I should scold her instead. I don't think one of these answers actually belong here. Sure, the answer, no, she's suffered enough. That belongs here, but I need to give her proper dressing down. I don't think that, I think that's pretty out of context. No, she's suffered enough. No, I think poor Rune's endured enough hardship for now. Besides, she didn't know the drinking would have such an adverse effect upon her. She never drunk before, so how was she to understand how dangerous alcohol can be? Whoops, clicked outside the screen. It wouldn't be fair to upbraid her over something so petty. Of course, you can rest your head on my lap. If you think that would suit you, come here. I sit down on my bed, which creaks beneath me, then pat my tights with my hands. It's all yours. Esty. Rune's face lights up. She smiles a bit like an angel might. An angel with very fluffy ears and very fluffy tail, that is. Thank you. You're so good to me, so kind. Rune approaches me. She takes off her clothes and lies her head upon my tight, curled up like a coma. The weight of her head upon my legs is a comforting one. She's not particularly heavy, but there's a definite heft to her. She feels warm and the suits of her hairs is tickling my legs is soothing. She looks so cute. I can't help but smile as I look at her. Gently I run my fingers through her hair. There now, dear Rune, it will be alright. Don't stress so. Just let me look after you. I try to ease your awful headache. Thanks, Esty. My head still pound, but I feel better already, just a little. But that is a relief. Maybe I have a healing hands. Perhaps I made a mistake trying to become a knight. Should I have tried to train myself up to be a cleric instead? It's a shame I don't actually know any magic. Oh well. I continue to run my fingers through her tresses and rune sights obediently. Yeah. I know that cats like it when you scratch behind the ears, and cat girls too if taught is any indication, so maybe Rune will like this. Yet they began to scratch behind Rune's wolfish ears. Yeah. The result has upon the supine wolf girl is almost instantaneous. She sighs softly at my caress and her eyelashes fall shut. Esty, you had so nice. They feel good. I'm glad you like it. I can keep it up if you like. Yes, please. Stroke even more. Maybe it make the pain go away. Make my head hurt less. You're so nice to me. If I'm nice to you, it's because you deserve it. You are nice to me, so I feel obligated to return the favor. Isn't this how all people are? Not everybody. Some people mean. They're cruel. Are you talking about Doc? No, not her. Rune shakes her head. She used to annoy. She upset me in the past. She betrayed. But she's not so wicked as some people. Some out there do like wolf girls. They say we're stupid and slow. They think we're worth less than other humans because most can't talk Lemurian. We can communicate so we can understand, make it easier to hate. Some people, they see us us not as humans, so they go into our woods, they steal our flowers, and they steal our food. It not happened for a long time, but my mother told me many years ago some humans even hunt wolf girls. What? I stared at Rune, my eyes wide with shock. Is that really true? I think it's true. Rune nods her head. My mother told me. Say her mother's mother was hunted. She went walk in the woods one day, but she no came back. People say she captured, was put in cage, maybe sold as a slave. Wolfcats were used as servants once. We're stronger than humans and have more endurance. Can till fields without getting tired. Good for farming, I think. That is why they kidnapped us. They burned down our homes and tear families apart. It was hard being wolf girl once. It's not so bad now in the present. But we wolf girls still no trust humans. That's why we live in forests. We keep away. We wolves hear the stories growing up make us distrust humans. We no one get too close. Humans scared me once. But you show me not all humans are bad. You're good and kind, Esty. You're nice to me. And I really like you. Oh, Rune. I smile at her gently. I can feel my heart swell with love for this adorable fluffy wolf girl draped across my lap, her head upon my thighs. I never knew wolf girls were treated so badly in the past. I suppose laws must have been passed to ban the outright slavery of non-human species. Rune's great-great-grandmother might have fallen foul of wicked humans, but such things should no longer occur, not legally at least. The stories have survived in the families of wolf people too. They've been passed down through the generations. The humans might have forgotten the cruelty they inflicted upon Rune's people, but they have not. They remember, and they continue to hold grudges. I had wondered why Rune was so very antagonistic when Felicia and I first approached her, and hesitation upon coming to Grimoire. But this certainly explains it. She must have been frightened. Well, she doesn't need to worry now. Thank you for telling me all this. I didn't know. But I promise that I will not abuse or ill-treat you like others have your species. You are an important member of my team. I value and respect you. And though you're not a human, I won't treat you any differently to anybody else. I know. You no need to say. Your actions show it. Words useful, but not always necessary. Not always know all the right words. But I hope my actions show my feelings. That's why I always hug you, and I want you to know you matter. And so do you. Rune giggles softly. I can feel her hot breath tickling my thighs. It's a strange sensation, but it's not uncomfortable. More than anything, I'm happy about this closeness between myself and Rune. Though it can be hard for Rune to communicate with words, she always makes her feelings apparent. I think it's admirable. It's funny being told that by a human. It's funny I should ever be so close to a human. I never thought this happened. I did not imagine. But I'm glad for it. Thank you, SD. Rune blinks up at me, her blue eyes soft and glassy. I think my head feels better now. Doesn't hurt so much. But I feel sleepy. Perhaps you should get some rest. Sleep the hangover off. Then you're awake, refreshed and ready for anything. Got to be ready. Need to be strong so I can protect. Lately I had strange dreams. About what? Monsters. Lots of monsters. Rune pulls her face. The forest dark, it's strange and twisted, filled with creatures. These creatures everywhere. I see it in my dreams. They attack, they fight, mean to harm you, harm the whole world. I have this dream almost every night. It makes me worry. You said your dreams are prophetic, didn't you? Sometimes. Wolf girls are tuned to nature, so we know things. Sometimes we can tell when danger coming. And you think it's coming soon? Could be. Can't tell just yet. It's still hazy, indistinct. But we have enemies. We ought to be careful. I'd be careful too. No matter what happens, I'll protect, not let you get hurt. It's a promise. And I will do my best to protect you too. I'm supposed to be a knight after all. I took up my sword so I could help the people of Lemuria, and that is precisely what I intended to do. These airy dreams of runes are more than a little disconcerting, but I can't let myself flinch in fear from them. That's something my mother would never do. In Cressida's daughter, and as such, it's my duty to face up any threats, no matter how murky and indistinct. I won't run away. I will fight and I will give it my all. What the hell? I didn't open that. I'm sure I can do it, with Rune by my side. I can. Now, don't worry so much. I don't want you to get agitating yourself. I continue to scratch behind Rune's ear while she sighs in a gentle approval. Shall I sing something to you? It might help you sleep. Sing? You can sing? A little. I'm not very good at it, so please don't expect too much. But, well, I smile shyly. My mother used to sing to me to sleep when I was a young girl. Her lullabies always helped me relax. I could share one or two of her songs with you if you like. Sung by Esther's mother? Part of your childhood? My mother singing was a very important part of my childhood, yes. Oh, I think I like that. Want to know more about your past, Esty? Want to know more about you? If you share with me, that makes me very happy. Then I begin. Ahem. I clear my throat and begin to sing a lilting lullaby to Rune. I've not sung to anybody else before other than my mother, and I feel self-conscious at first. My voice comes out too soft and weak and wispy. I doubt even Rune with her large ears can hear what I'm saying. My confidence increases, however, the longer I continue singing. Why should I feel embarrassed around Rune? She is a dear teammate of mine, and I know that she wouldn't judge me. I don't need to worry about her censures. And so I let go of my inhibitions. My voice gets steadily louder as the seconds tick by. Na na na. Midway during the song, Rune's breathing begins to even out. Her tail, which lops about, her body stops twitching and falls quietly and still, as do her ears. I think she must have fallen asleep. No, you can't read that. It's kind of impossible. I stop singing and examine her for a moment. In perfect silence, my fingers trail through her scattered tresses, and I smile at her. She really does look adorable with her full eyelashes and her snub nose. No matter what misfortune lays ahead of me, I really am fortunate to have met Rune. Thank you for being by my side. And that you for sharing so much of yourself with me. I hope you sleep well. I dip my head, brushing a few strands of dark hair behind my ear, then press a soft kiss against the top of Rune's head. Rune, as expected, doesn't stir. She's lost in the land of slumber, her head still resting on my tights. Rune's isn't heavy, but she's laying on me for a little while now. My tights are starting to feel somewhat numb. But I suppose it's a small sacrifice to make. I could hardly push her off now when she looks so very comfortable. I'm not that heartless. I don't want to disturb dear Rune. So instead I observe her as she sleeps. I might be here while I pin her to the bed, but I don't mind all that much. The sight of Rune's sleepy face is worth it. After that intoxicated little interlude, the bonds between the four of us become stronger than ever before. Time passes and we take so many quests in Lemuria's guild. With our newfound teamwork, we are able to beat all the monsters that roam the woods. Word of our success travels far and wide, and we become akin to the local celebrities. People smile at us whenever they see us in the street. Strangers have never spoken to before wish me good luck or thank me for keeping the peace. Felicia and Todd seem to revealing their attention, while Rune remains largely unaffected. But I feel a bit out of sorts about the whole thing. To be honest, it's a bit embarrassing. I don't know if I deserve such praise. My swordsmanship has come a long way since I first embarked upon my journey, but I'm nowhere near Felicia's level just yet. I'm still not sure if I can really call myself a knight. But anxious though the attention makes me, I won't back down now. At least the adventurers at the local guild have stopped scoffing and rolling their eyes whenever they see me. They almost seem to respect me now, though their respect is begrudging, flimsy thing. I don't want to give them cause to lose faith in me. I don't want to disappoint anybody, least of all myself. I think Felicia, Rune and Todd feel the same as I do, though not perhaps for the same reasons. That's why when Alexei sends us a letter asking for a favor one Sunday morning, we hasten to the guild shortly after eating breakfast at the local bakery. Maybe she has a serious quest for us. That's the only explanation for this impromptu letter. I hope vicious monsters haven't started to flood forth from the forest. That would be a disaster. Alex, I'm out of breath when I finally arrive at the guild, accompanied by my fellow party members. Maybe it's to be expected since I ran all the way, but Felicia looks calm and composed as per usual. She doesn't have even a strand of hair out of place. I wonder what makes Felicia use to maintain her perfect appearance at all times. Is that part of her elven glamour? I do believe it is. Oh well. I don't have time to be jealous of Felicia's unnerving perfection right now. This is urgent. Why did you summon us? Is something the matter? Oh yes, it's quite important. I did not want to disturb you on your day off, but I simply couldn't wait. Oh no. The situation started to sound more and more dire by the second. I glanced about the guild anxiously. There's usually a handful of adventurers relaxing and drinking by the fire, but today this place is completely empty. Where is everybody else? Few adventurers come here on the weekend, and I have assigned those who did come here quests already. Sadly, they could never hope to handle the challenge which I wish to give you. A challenge, is it? So does that mean you have a quest for us? Indeed, I would not have summoned you here if I didn't. Well, that answers one of my questions. Now for the second. Is this quest difficult? That depends on your perception of things, but in my humble opinion, that this might be your most difficult quest yet. Oh no. Oh my. I feel unnerved by this news, but Felicia seems downright enthused. Why does this girl love danger so much? I don't know if I ever understand her. This sounds more entertaining. Consider us interested, Alex. I'm prepared to take on any quest, no matter how perilous, if it may be of help to others. Oh, Felicia, you're always so eager. I haven't told you what the quest is yet. I know you haven't, but I wish to accept it nonetheless. If you went to the effort of calling for of us here, it must be a quest only the four of us can accomplish. It would be surely of us if us to refuse. What do you think, everyone? I think it is familiar. Familiar? This conversation we had before. Rune sights. You're so impulsive. Says the girl who keeps trying to drown me when we get to the hot springs. That was a while ago. No nonsense. That's only because the owner of the hot springs refused to let us go there anymore. Really? That's the first I've heard about this. Have you been making enemies, you four? It wasn't deliberate. Rune got a bit overexcited in the springs, and then she pushed Hart over. She almost drowned. Felicia tried to give her CPR, but then, well, they're quite sensitive memory. Is the best not to dwell on too much. I'm bad. Hurt Hart. I hate her then, but now I'm wrong. Thought not so bad. I'm sorry. I will not drown her. Drown again. Why, thank you. I hold you to that. Anyway, about this quest, I'm not half as gaunt about it as Felicia is. Can you give us a bit more information, Alex? What does this quest entail specifically, and what about the pay? I don't want to risk one of my 9 lives for a handful of bronze pieces. Trust you to think about the money first, Start. Well, why shouldn't I think about the money? My time isn't cheap, and it is my life. I have a family back home to feed, and living in the city like Remore is pretty costly. You need to stop being naive, Estelle. If you want me to fight powerful enemies, Alex, the reward had best be worth it. Cross my palm with silver, and you'll find me far more intrigued in your offer. Powerful enemies? Oh no, you misunderstand. I did not call you here to fight. You didn't? No, I do have a quest for you, it's true, but it does not involve violence or bloodshed. You will not be required to use your weapons. In fact, unsheathing your swords in this particular mission would cause more problems than it would solve. So you want us to go and fetch a quest for you. You need more Luna Flora. Since there has been an increase in monster attacks of late, more and more Grimoire Knights have been injured on duty. Our stock of Luna Flora is running pretty low. But to this, Alex shakes her head. Wrong again. It isn't Luna Flora that we need to the spirits of Grimoire residents. I was thinking instead that you four girls should turn your talent towards something else. Like what? Fine arts, maybe? Oh, I'm quite good at baking apple tarts. Apple tart? Rune stares at me, paws clasped, her blue eyes very big and beguiling. Want to try? Want to eat? I love sweets. There will be sweets involved in the quest, yes, though you won't be expected to make them instead. Alex paused to perhaps a dramatic effect, all the while a coy smile plays about her lips. You'll be serving them. Okay. That's just started to become strange. Serving. As a knight, I'm expected to serve the needs of the populace, but this doesn't sound like quite the same thing. How will we be serving people? By working at the tavern. I had to talk last night with the owner of the tavern, and we agreed that the atmosphere in the Grimoire has been a little stilled as of late. See? The tavern hire busty girls. As I expected to. The increased monster attacks are doing much for people morales. After some discussion, we decided the best way to cheer everybody up would be with beer and a bevy of cute waitresses. You girls are incredibly popular as of late. Everybody in Grimoire knows who you are. You're like celebrities. So why not let people meet you and greet you? You can work at the local tavern tomorrow. Wear cute clothes and serve people drinks. Everybody love it. But my wallet will love it most of all. If you agree to this little scheme, we'll be rolling in money in no time. Of course, I split the profits with you girls. So what do you say? Would you be up for it? It'd be a limited exclusive time event that run for one evening. It won't take up much of your time, but the memories will remain engraved in your hearts for all eternity. Does that sound nice? Alex working hard to sell this to me, but I'm not really buying it. I can't believe that this is the reason she summoned the four of us here. I want to rest off the morning back. I thought you wanted us to fight monsters. Do you want to fight monsters? No, not really, but I want to be a knight, not a waitress. Nobody take me seriously if I start serving drinks. Now, don't be so gloomy, Estelle. No matter what you wear, I believe you still come across as serious. I'm not sure about that. In the past, I used to help my parents out with the bakery. I have some experience with customer service, but I'd hope to leave those days behind me. Well, after you manage to fight through your part of your life, you eventually have to retire to something. And if you're still too young to retire from everything, you need something a little less harmful to do. I was never the best at dealing with customers anyway. I used to get so shy and flustered, and I always trip over my own tongue. I won more than a handful of occasions. I messed up orders and dropped fancy tartlets onto the floor. I can easily foresee that happening again. Do I really want to go along with this? I have my doubts, but do not be so down, Estelle. I think this sounds like a lot of fun. You do? Yes, indeed. All work and no play will make you very dull indeed. You need to let off steam every once in a while, and this proposition sounds like a charming break from battles. Moreover, I think you would look very, very cute dressed up as a waitress. Of course you think that. I'm not sure about that. Well, you won't make it very far with that attitude. You need to be more confident, Estelle. I think you can pull it off. Though of course nobody will be cuter than me, Thor, the magical cat witch maid. Okay, cat witch maid. Isn't she bolting a little too many things onto her character? At this rate, her role will end up all muddled. You don't want to do this, do you? Doesn't it seem like a pain? I've never been a maid before, but it might not be so bad. I would like to wear a frilly dress. It would be fun, and I want to work with you, with Esty too. My party members all seem pretty excited about this. Am I the only one who with misgivings? I'd rather not be a maid, not even for one day, but if they're this excited, maybe I can make an exception. There's one thing I'm curious about though. You said we'd be wearing cute clothes. Yes indeed, I might not look it, but I'm something of a seamstress. I've been working on outfits for you girls. Thus far I only finished your outfits, Estelle. You can look upon its proper prototype of sorts. Would you like to try it on? I already eat a pincushion to be perfectly honest, but... Oh yes, you should try it on, Estelle. I'm sure you will look beautiful. I want to see you dressed up too. Made for a nice change of pace. Yeah. As the cute outfit. Want to see. Jeez. Is this what they mean by peer pressure? I don't really have a choice, do I? Oh come on, that's not a dress. That's a bunny girl dress. It doesn't really count. I wonder. Let's just try one thing a little bit. I'm gonna go to main menu. Let's see. If I go to gallery and go to the last page, yeah, we do have a few pictures left. Alright, so I'm gonna load up there again, and I'm gonna end this episode because I guess the tavern service gonna be done before we actually done with the Sakura Night 2. But I bought Sakura Soccer Bus 2 and Sakura Soccer Bus 3 and Sakura Night 3. So we have all the stories ready for the next Sakuras. There are no other Sakuras that have come out, so we don't have to worry about that at least. Of course, my Sakura episodes get uploaded a year after the release date, but it makes it so Sakura can't exactly sue me for reading it. I mean, if I wait a year, I see that as enough. So at least that was all I have for Sakura Night 2 this time. I'll say like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.